Five, four, three, two, one. Holy shit, this is X-Men 137, one of the greatest comics of all time. The end of the Dark Phoenix saga by Chris Claremont, John Byrne, and Terry Austin. And this is a brand new Lights Camera Super Action update. Hi, my name is Victor Rosario-Fermaint, also known as Vic Power. For years, I've been running the Lights Camera Super Action page on Facebook. It's a page devoted to comic book movies. We love comics and we love films. Today, we have so much to talk about. Oh my god. Let's start with Vin Diesel's Bloodshot was the number one movie in America last week. The New Mutants get a fifth release date. The mutant dream isn't over yet. Gotham, we have a problem. The new Batman is not doing anything to stay in shape during this pandemic. Katie Sackhoff and Timothy Oliphant join Michael Biehn, Rosario Dawson, and Tamir Morrison for season 2 of The Mandalorian. Lord and Miller are buying Ryan Gosling a brand new spacesuit for Project Hail Mary. Netflix announced that season 2 of The Umbrella Academy has a new release date. The Five Bloods trailer is here. The trailer for the new Spike Lee joint dropped this week. Check it out online. It looks dope. Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld is singing the blues because his brainchild is nowhere to be seen in Marvel's immediate future. Ruby Rose will no longer be the CW's Batwoman. The role will be recast for season 2. Of course, we are going to talk about today's Wednesday, May 20th, and we are going to talk about the Snyder Cut. But first, back to The Mandalorian. Katie Sackhoff will play Bo-Katan Kryze for the first time in live action. And Mr. Oliphant, Timothy Oliphant, will play Cop Vanth. He will be wearing a scavenge Boba Fett suit from Return of the Jedi. How cool is that? And Umbrella Academy Season 2 is coming to Netflix on July 31st. Check this out. Oh boy. Check this out. I have the comic books by My Chemical Romance vocalist Gerard Way and artist Gabriel Ba, but I have not seen season 1 yet. Shame on you, Vic. Yeah, I know. Forbes. According to Forbes, the digital entertainment group has published their new Watch from Home Top 20, and last week's King of the Hill was Sony Pictures and Valiant Comics' own Bloodshot. The group takes into account cable, satellite, and internet video on demand, but it doesn't include streaming platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus, or PVOD releases like Trolls World Tour and Scoop. The New Mutants. The New Mutants by this art by Bill Sienkiewicz are getting are not going to Hulu or Disney Plus. They are getting a theatrical release, and it will. Disney announced that it will be on August 28th, 2020. Yes. Yes. Even Chris Claremont, the New Mutants creator, was taken by surprise. Ryan Gosling's last movie was 2018's First Man, where he played astronaut hero Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon. Now he has been recruited by Lord and Miller to fly a spaceship that will save our planet in their movie Project Hail Mary. This movie will adapt the still unpublished novel by Andy Weir, author of The Martian. The Martian with Matt Damon. I love that movie. All right. Lord and Miller, let's not forget that they're the producers of Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, the Lego Batman movie, and the 21 Jump Street films. Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld claims that he has seen Marvel Studios' 5-year plan and that Deadpool isn't in it. As far as I'm concerned, Liefeld is an outsider. He's not even an executive producer of the Deadpool films. And that 5-year game plan is something any journalist would kill for. I do agree that with him that was the brightest star of the 20th Century Fox X-Men universe. But both Deadpool and Deadpool 2 were rated R movies. They're too edgy, too raunchy, and too hyper violent for the wholesome MCU brand. Liefeld wants Ryan Reynolds to have a similar deal to what he had with Fox, a hands up deal and a fast track schedule, which reminds me of that old Rolling Stones hit. You can't always get what you want. No, you can't. I'm sure Bob Chapek, Bob Iger, Alan Horn, Ken Feige will sit down with Ryan Reynolds and they will try to cook up a plan in which they can bake a Deadpool cake and eat it too. But right now, nothing has been announced. Disney's 20th Century Studios, I expect that to be the home of the Deadpool franchise. Will he join the MCU? Frankly, I don't see it. It's been a year since Pattinson was announced to be as the new Batman. He admitted in a recent interview with GQ magazine that his co-star Zoe Kravitz has been working out 5 days a week, but that he has not touched a dumbbell since the pandemic started. We love that he's working on the psychology of the character. He's a bright guy. He knows that playing Batman has been a thankless job so far, and he clearly does not want to be trumped by his villains like every other Batman actor has in the past. Let's do a quick recap. Michael Keaton was outshined first by Jack Nicholson and second by Michelle Pfeiffer. Val Kilmer was eclipsed by Jim Carrey and George Clooney by Arnold Schwarzenegger, of all people. And as we all know, Christian Bale was clearly upstaged by Oscar winner Heath Ledger. However, Mr. Pattinson has to understand that Batman is a physical role and that he needs to look like a capable, nimble, and mighty fighter, even when some people will be doing the actual combat. He has to look like someone who can take on, say, Conor McGregor or any other MMA bruiser from any weight class. He doesn't want to look puny like, say, Netflix's Iron Fist. Finn Jones wasn't taken seriously as Conlan's living weapon because he did not work enough on his body or his fighting technique. And believe me, Batman fans are legion, and they are hard to please, and they can be unforgiving. All right. Let me see. I lost my track here. Okay, Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder had he had a watch party today, and what a large segment of fandom were praying and campaigning for actually happened. The Snyder cut of Justice League is coming, not to theaters, but to HBO Max in 2021. I was about to, I'm going to get HBO Max tomorrow. I was planning to, but now, what do I think about this? Let me summarize my feelings about Zack Snyder's filmography. I love Dawn of the Dead, written by James Gunn of Guardians of the Galaxy fame. I love this movie. I love 300 as well. Watchmen I went to San Diego Comic Con in 2008 to see the cast of Watchmen and to see Zack Snyder himself. What do I think about Watchmen? On a whodunit, and Watchmen is a whodunit at heart. Who killed the comedian? You cannot telegraph your punches. And Snyder did. The bad guy, the real bad guy, was too aloof and kind of sinister. In the graphic novel, he is described as a saint, so you don't have an idea. Take Knives Out, for instance. Now, that's a great whodunit. You have no idea who was the killer. Now, Sucker Punch, eye candy. It's a guilty pleasure. I like it, but it's just eye candy. Man of Steel. Mm, now, now we're talking. Let me put it this way: Man of Steel is a fantastic science fiction movie, but a poor Superman film. When young Clark goes, what was I supposed to do? Let them die? And Pa Kent goes, maybe? That breaks my heart. Because Superman is Superman because of the Kents. He was raised by them and he was given core values. He they were his ground. And hearing Pa Kent say that breaks my heart. It's not a bad movie. It's a pretty good movie, but it's not the Superman I grew up with. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, on the other hand, is not a good movie. I was watching it the other day because I love Wonder Woman in it, and I'll always be thankful to Zack Snyder for bringing us Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Justice League. I like it. I like Joss Whedon's take, but I'm open. I'm open to seeing the Snyder cut. Why? Because I love Richard Lester's Superman 2, but I really like Richard Donner's cut. I'm open. I'm open to seeing it. In fact, these days I've been watching a lot of movies, but I've been catching up to the episodes of Justice League I never saw. I've seen most of Batman's. I've seen all of Superman's the animated series, but I still have to see the finale of the Justice League animated series, and I love it. I love it so far. Ah, let's see. Let's analyze the Snyder cut. Snyder needs from 20 to 30 million to make it because it's not going to be as it is today. They're going to spend from 20 to 30 million, and he needs his cast to come back. Ray Fisher and Henry Cavill have already said yes, and I expect Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa to say yes as well. Ben Affleck, I'm not so sure. Ezra Miller, for instance, will benefit big time because the narratives around him changes. Folks might even forgive and forget his neck grabbing incident a few weeks back. Remember when he grabbed that young lady by the throat and forced her to the floor? I have not forgotten. I love Ben Affleck's Batman. I do. I do. Especially when he shows up in Suicide Squad, um, t- uh, taking down Will Smith. I love that. He looks so sinister and so impressive. I love Ben Affleck. I'm sad to see him go, but I'm happy that he will come back. That I'll see more of him in this Snyder cut. And I really love Henry Cavill as Superman. I may not like the movies he has played the part, but I'm thankful we'll see more of him as well. And I have my fingers crossed that he will get another crack at the character with a director who is a better fit. Okay, Snyder is doing something else. He's filming, or he filmed, the sequel to Dawn of the Dead. It's called Army of the Dead. And it stars Dave Bautista, Ella Purnell, and Ana de la Reguera. This movie is a genre mashup. It's both a zombie movie and a heist film. I can't wait to see that. The film will be produced by Snyder's new production company, The Stone Quarry. Cruel and Unusual Films is a thing of the past. That was his old production company. Now it's called The Stone Quarry. And the movie, as I said, will be released by Netflix. Okay, we got time for two questions. Jay Aubrey asks, Vic, what was your last movie in the theater before the lockdown? It was Blumhouse's The Invisible Man, and it was a great pick. I love that movie. Quarks Balls asks, which Marvel character you want to see on the big screen? The guy with wings on his feet. Prince Namor the Submariner. I love this guy. He appeared in Marvel Comics' first comic book in 1939, Marvel Comics #1. The cover is maybe the Human Torch, the android Human Torch, but Prince Namor is in it. And he's part of the Illuminati. There he is, with Professor X, with Iron Man, with Black Bolt of the Inhumans, with Doctor Strange, and with Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. Okay. Please remember to send your questions to the Lights Camera Super Action page on Facebook. And let's see. Okay, let's talk comic books. Let's talk comic books. Today I'm going to want to show you this brilliant Star Wars A New Hope manga adaptation by Hisao Tamaki. I don't have #1. I've got to get it. These copies are kind of pricey, but you can get them. You can read them on Kindle and Comixology. And if you're into spaceship porn, like me, check this out. It looks amazing. I love it. It looks dope. Alrighty. So that's it for today. Please spread the word. Share share the video. Hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button for more. Stay home, stay safe, and stay tuned for the next Lights Camera Super Action update. See you around, fellas.